So I did a video on how to warm up the engine, and there's still questions. I thought it was simple enough. I didn't say take it out and drive it hard. You know, some people are saying, oh, but do you know? Okay. You can let it idle if you want. You can use the idle up button if you want. But what I said was, don't let it sit there and idle is the ideal situation. Ideal would be getting out, driving it nice and slow like this, right? Just cruising along. So depending where you live, if it's even possible, bada bing, bada boom, right? There's your answer. Listen, watch the video again and watch it again and listen carefully. It's very straightforward information. Thanks for watching. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. See ya. Yeah, just cruising along nice and slow, taking it easy, right? See the temperature. Oh, it's still pretty cold there. So we're just taking it easy. Like I said, you can put the heater on if you want, warm yourself up, but you're taking heat away from the engine. There's another answer to another question. Just listen, watch the video again. Check our playlists, bada bing, bada boom. Oh look, and even though it's only 4 degrees outside on a cold morning, the vehicle within a couple of minutes is already up to 45 degrees coolant. Not bad. And then there's the people telling me to not make videos while I'm driving. Well, I appreciate your concern, I really do, but my driving skill level is far beyond most other people on the road that I can video and drive better than they can drive if they were concentrating 100% without a video. So at the end of the day, bada bing, bada boom, and I could be on private property. I do have places where I can do videos driving on private property, so bada bing, bada boom. Thanks for the concern, I really do appreciate it, but we're all in good hands while I'm behind the wheel. Watch out for everybody else though, that would be a problem. And it might be warming up on the coolant temperature, but the outside air temperature is going down to 3 degrees. Oh look, but that fast while the engine's cold? Yes, increase it slowly. Look, coolant temp 70 degrees, we're just cruising nicely. Right, you'd be sitting there letting it idle for half an hour and at this temperatures and the engine wouldn't warm up. It's a waste of time. Get out, drive the car straight away, but build it up very slowly and smoothly, very smoothly. Like, be gentle on the engine, just treat it like a baby. And then there's a lot of time I've actually got a passenger who's actually holding the camera, doing their best, but it is hard when you're reaching over from the passenger side, leaning on the console to try and hold it still. So bada bing, bada boom, it is unknown who's actually holding the camera. So good point, but it might be a moot point sometimes, so beware of that. Just let me take care of me, you take care of you and everybody else that needs taken care of. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, you get the picture, people. It's 2 degrees outside, it's getting colder outside, while the engine coolant is getting warmer. We're nearly up to full operating temperature. Does that mean we can just open it up and thrash it and give it 4,000 RPM? Well, you can if you like, but I won't. Just because the coolant temperature is now up to temperature, it does not mean that all your engine materials are up to that temperature. It's going to take quite some time. Think about it. Metal, steel, alloy, cast iron. How long is it going to take to heat up from stone cold 3 degrees? You know, it's going to slowly go through the material. So I would say ballpark number, draw a circle around half an hour. So yep, some people are doing short trips, the engine's not even warming up. Not ideal. That is not ideal. Maybe you should get a electric vehicle, a little electric buzz box to do the short trips. I don't know what your situation is. We've got a Corolla hybrid. It can roll out on an electric motor, and if you drive it slow enough, it'll do the school drop off on EV. But at the end of the day, you know, there's lots of options, and you need to find something that suits your circumstances. Keeping the old last of the best going for trips, running it at least once a week, using it for the long runs would be ideal if you want it to last forever, and having some small, very efficient vehicle for the shorter trips and running around. That wouldn't mean park it up for weeks or months at a time and not start the engine. I'd like to see a 1 kd run And I don't mean start it up and switch it off. That's not what you do to a vehicle either. Oh, someone's away, you're looking after their car for them. Starting the car, letting it idle for a few minutes and then turn it on. You're probably going to flatten the battery with it cranking more than what it's going to put back into it. And the way to look after it would be an oil change before it's left. So it's got nice clean oil. So that's better for the seals. And then when you start the engine, it's got the best protection when you start it up when it hasn't been started for a long time. Put the battery on a trickle charge is how you're going to look after the battery, and you're either going to run it and drive it once a week or twice a week if you can. If you're busy, once a week, once every 2 weeks, it's whatever it's going to be. But the more often it gets driven and driven properly, the better. Not letting sit idle. Get the picture? Bada bing bada boom, baby. Hey, we are going to be open for your parts kits Monday the 23rd, 7:30 a.m. text message. Get in soon as you can. There's going to be a big rush. I've already got a backlog of kits there waiting for people that listen, watch the posts, read the posts, listen to the videos, watch the videos, whatever you want to call it. People that are on channel, in tune, have already paid. Those kits will be getting done first. Sounds like it's going to fill up Monday morning. Are you going to get in Monday morning 7:30 to get yours done Monday afternoon? Or bada bing bada boom? Because we'll be busy the other days of the week. This is one of those weeks. Back to Monday is ideal, but obviously if you missed the video or you forgot, better late than never. Can't guarantee anything, but this week coming up, Monday the 23rd of June is the week. My coolant temperature is sitting on 83 degrees now. I'm out on the highway. It's early morning. It's 2 degrees outside. There's nobody around. Bada bing. Just showed you again how to warm up an engine. This vehicle hasn't seen higher than 1700 revs so far. I'm on about 90 k's an hour at the moment, just still letting everything warm up and letting the kangaroos warm up too. So this is the reason that you want to warm up your engine slowly. It doesn't matter what time of the day, what the temperature is, rather than just get out and rev the nuts off it and hit the highway at 110. Whatever the speed limit may be where you live. Just have a think about that. Now you can do whatever you want. I'm giving advice for people that want it to last forever, like the oil change and the coolant change and the clear radiator that can do the cooling and no obstructions to the cooling system, and the fresh injectors keeping it running in peak condition, the clean MAP sensor, the replaced MAP filter, the modified EGR, the clean intake system. It's all combinations to look after your little 4-cylinder, because that's all it is. Depending what vehicle you've got, you might have a big V8 200 series that's well overdue and fogged out, overdue for injectors. You've just got double the expense because it's double the parts and double the labour. Quite a job of a thing to work on. It's going to be a couple days work. So drive it slow, take it easy. Just because you've got another diesel, not a 1KD FTV, which I specialise in because I love them, and I own them because I love them. Oh, there's a kangaroo hopping over there on the right. So you need enough light. That's why I left it first light. Slowly as it's getting light, building up the speed without the bull bar, without the overloaded vehicle. My braking distance is awesome. At this sort of speed I could probably pull it up in about 30 metres, which is quite a short distance. You'd be surprised. So no kangaroos within 30 metres of me, so I can actually stop before it gets to me. But that isn't always the best way to solve the problem. You stop, and they've got this habit of running into the side of vehicles. I've never had it happen to me. I've had it happen to a vehicle that I own before I owned it, and I saw it on this trip in Barrabrand. You don't call it Coonabarabran anymore, it's called Barrabrand. Big kangaroo in town, bit confused, hopping around all over the joint, was headed my way. I got lucky because I would have probably dodged him anyway in my little agile 150 Prado, and he jumped straight into the side of one of those big American ute things, we'll call them. American ute things, I don't know which one it was, but it was big. And so was the kangaroo, and it went boing, boing, left, right, up, down, in and out, boom, straight into the driver's door. I reckon it would have woken up the driver. He was crawling along at sort of 10 k's an hour, being careful, and that's my point. Sometimes going slow is the problem because it leaves you there in that situation for longer where you would have otherwise been out of there. So don't think going slow is always your best option. Okay, for example, you've got a 500k trip to do today. There's kangaroos everywhere, right?
What's better, driving at 50 k's an hour for 10 hours? Oh, I'm being pretty quick at maths here, aren't I? 10 hours on the road in those kangaroos. When I say everywhere, I don't mean when they're everywhere, but you know, there's a lot around. Or driving at 100 k's an hour for 5 hours. Well, pick your time of the day. Your 5 hours, you're probably better off, because you know, driving between, say, I'll pick 10 and 3 would be your best time, and you're only on the road 5 hours. You're moving past all areas twice as fast as you would be, and you're on the road half the time. So a few things to think about. Do you like the way I think outside the box? Are you still even here with me? Anyway, that's a video. Bada bing, bada boom. That'll be a Sunday night special. Bit of a chit chat, bit of information for you. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on, and we'll catch you in the next video.